By the way, did you happen to see Gilligan on the island that you stole that hat from?
No, I bought this from Hot Dads and Tight Jeans.
Welcome to BeerThralls presents the Beer Protocol. I'm James, and
Hi.
I'm drinking cranberry and vodka.
Uh this is Jake. I am drinking some of Copper Fox's sassafras single malt whiskey.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Chink.
Cheers. Clink.
Uh, Today we're gonna talk about do you even lift, bro?
Do you That's not the agreed upon nickname.
Too
We
bad.
had
The Immortal Hulk, also known as Bruce Banner. He has 4 physical, 3 energy, 5 psychic. He is 15 total health. He is a 7 threat, 4 height, and a short move, which doesn't mean shit for this character. He has Smash. It is your basic attack. You get power for doing damage. It's range 2, 7 dice. You get a throw. Uh, you have Gamma Burst. It's a range 3, so 10 dice.
Mhm. Mhm.
5 power. Before damage is dealt, this character can throw the target short. The target character does not gain energy for damage dealt by this attack. You have Gamma Leap, which is a basically placed within 2 for 3 power. Leave Hulk alone! 3 power. Choose an interactive terrain feature or enemy character, both of size 4 or less, within 2, and throw it medium. This superpower can only be used once per turn. Endless Rage. During the power phase, it gains Hulk gains an additional 2 power. Gains 3 power a turn. Holy! Immortality. Sorry. Channeling Matt. Infinity power. Immortality. During the cleanup phase, if this character has a dazed token and an immortality token, it is KO'd. Otherwise, during the cleanup phase, when this character is dazed, if this character does not have an immortality token, it removes all special conditions and all power from itself. For each power removed way, it removes 1 damage from itself. It then removes the dazed tokens and gains the immortality token. The green door. At the end of each turn, if this character has an immortality token, it may remove 1 damage from itself. If this character has no damage, it removes the immortality token. He's also immune to hex, poison, and stun, and there is no wounded side because Hulk.
Yeah, because Hulk. So, we've got some stuff to talk about. So,
He's too
the
expensive.
Immortal Hulk. I'm
Screw this
sorry?
character. He's too
No,
expensive,
don't
and he
screw this
doesn't
character.
and he doesn't fit into criminal syndicate. So let's talk about something else.
So, 7th threat is steep. So, let's look at what he has, especially compared to the first Hulk that came out, the other Bruce Banner. Um, it's so nice that Bruce Banner and his multiple personalities are here to stay.
I mean, he's not red yet, so
I mean, don't tell the people making custom sculpts and
I don't
painting.
understand that. Like, he's still Hulk. It's just he's not Red Hulk yet.
Well, to be fair, Red Hulk is a different character entirely and is not Bruce Banner.
Yeah,
So, you know.
and you can't bring both Hulks. So, yay. All right, so let's talk about basic Smash.
It's the most saddest little noise. Uh, so yes, you should expect a 7th threat character to have good attacks. You should expect Hulk to have good attacks. I think this is actually pretty fair. This Hulk has good attacks. 2 dice is pretty short range, but he's got a big old base. So it's always going to be a little further than you think. Um, and you get a free size 4 throw on a wild, which with 7 dice feels pretty likely before any rerolls from team support, before any additional dice from team support.
Wait, where do you get a free?
Well, if you get a wild, you get a throw
Yes,
on the builder.
yes. Oh, I was looking at Gamma Burst. which is
Yes.
there is no size limit to that damn thing.
Um. Oh yeah, absolutely. Um. But yeah, and then yeah, the spender gamma burst for 5 is a guaranteed throw any size, which means finally at long last someone can throw a sentinel. Um.
Dormammu.
And I don't know. Some people might be looking for, can we get some riders? Can we get some special conditions? Can he leave them stunned, dazed? Not giving
No.
them any power for a 10 dice attack is okay.
Okay, that is amazing. Considering
If
he starts off with 3 power, I
so
I would rather not have him get the wild and do the throw and smash. Just make a little bit extra power and then gamma burst somebody. Like you could pretty much take out a sentinel.
so here's my counter argument. Um I think for me on an average turn, Gamma Burst is there if I come up against someone who really calls for it or if I just have power to burn. But given all of the things that Immortal Hulk can use power for, I would much rather use his builder twice. His damage output will be a little bit lower, but it's still not bad. 7 dice on a builder is great. You still get
Yes.
a really good chance of a size 4 throw for short, which is the same benefit as spending the 5 power. Like, the Sentinels are like the only character that can't be thrown by his builder. And maybe
Um
Malekith. But for like your rank and file, puny mortals that Immortal Hulk is running up against, he doesn't need a guaranteed any size throw. A size 4 throw on a wild will accomplish the same thing and give him power. And 2 7 dice attacks are probably going to knock out a number of models just as well as a 7 and a 10 dice attack will.
I mean
So that,
I can also kind of see doing smash on like if you have like kind of clumped up, you doing smash on something, throw it,
mhm,
and then do gamma burst on another thing. So like if you have like rocket and Groot or something like that,
yeah,
toss one of them and then toss the other one back into it and basically try to daze both of them.
you could do that with Smash twice though.
You're gonna get to 10 power pretty quick.
So
Like
I will
unless like I can like hmm, because we'll get to his immortality and all and how to cheese
the
that nonsense.
namesake of the card.
Yeah, that whole that cheesy nonsense. Um, I really do believe that you're going to do Gamma Leap, Smash, Smash, and then it's going to be Smash Gamma Burst. I don't think you're going to need to keep generating all that power every turn.
I no, I think you want all the power constantly. And I'll get into that in a little bit. But the other thing I'll mention with the rider on Gamma Burst of the target character gains no power. When is that really applicable? Like when would I absolutely go in Gamma Burst over Smash? And I think if you're opening your attack onto a near full health Malekith or other high threat model, Thanos, Malekith, another Hulk, open with Gamma Burst. Deal as much damage as you can get at them so that they don't get any power for it, and then finish them with Smash,
That's
assuming you can't just Gamma
yes,
Burst twice, because any damage over their health does not earn them power.
correct. So like if you have
So,
like a 7 power a 7 health character on Gamma Burst, you're doing 6 and then you smash them, you're they're only going to get 1 power because you can't get anything over that. Yes,
and for that reason, Gamma Burst is not a finisher. It is not what you use to finish people off because the main benefit of giving them no power is wasted if you do excess damage.
I agree that you are correct on
So
that.
I think Gamma Burst is your opener. Is you hit someone a fresh model with Gamma Burst if you have the power, and then follow up with smashes to clean up. Maybe the throw is enough to clean up. It is worth noting the throw is technically not part of the damage dealt by the attack, so they will gain power for the
Hmm.
one damage they take for a collision. That's probably not enough for you to worry about. Your Hulk, smash him.
I mean,
Um,
this is a character killer. It's like he is literally like go after Magneto, go after the big hitters. Um,
ugh,
he is an
well,
assassin. He's not going to sit on a point or grab objectives.
he doesn't have the defensive tech for that. He's definitely your. I'd say he's actually kind of a big fat control piece. Similar to the power of Hulkbuster, ironically, with his guaranteed pushes on his repulsor blasts, Hulk having the throws is a lot of here's a point or here are two guys I can smash heads together on and generate a bunch of extra damage from collisions. So he wants to find the cluster. He wants to find the pack of dudes
Hmm.
and just get in there and knock heads together, knock them into terrain, knock terrain into them using leave Hulk alone. Um, I think yeah, Hulk, Immortal Hulk is your bunker destroyer. He is your control piece, where similar to how Lizard maintains control of a point by just having pushes and knocking people off the point, Hulk does that, but one better. He's doing throws, so he's basically getting pushes with damage. It's great. Honestly, I don't know if I'd throw him against something super physically defensive like Magneto or um, even Carnage to an extent because they might get lucky and blunt a lot of your impact. And while Immortal Hulk has pretty good defenses, he does not have world class juggernaut defenses. He has no flat damage reduction. So a couple lucky rolls for your opponent will put you a lot closer to leaning on immortality and the green door than you expect.
Yeah.
And since this is a big investment of your threat pool, you do want to make sure you protect your investment. All
So
right.
let's talk about that. The immortality and the green door.
Yeah. So this is why I'm leaning. This is partially why I said I would lean towards generating as much power as possible because power is not just how you fuel your abilities, it is also your buffer against losing this model. Because you lose all of your power when he gains an immortality token and you remove that much damage. So when Hulk dazes, he has 15 damage on him the first time. If you are maxed at 10, you remove 10 of those damage, but you still have 5 on him. Green
Yeah.
Door only recovers at the end of every turn. You and your opponents recovers 1. So you need to somehow not take more damage and have him stick around long enough to alternate activations to recover. If the character ever has no damage, it removes the immortality token.
He
So
will he will he will do three. So cleanup phase, everything happens. Power phase, he's gonna get three. First turn activation, he's gonna heal one. Second turn, opponent's turn one. Um,
again, all your
it's
opponent.
back and forth, back and forth. It's gonna be you're gonna heal three before if you're not going to activate him immediately.
I don't wait. Back up and explain that again.
So okay, so basically he has the immortality token now. Cleanup phase is done. Power phase happens. He automatically gets three power, which means he's at least going to have three turns if you do not activate him immediately to heal another three
Wait, I'm confused. Why are you associating power with this?
because he removes one power.
No, 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 no. When he gets the immortality token, he removes
Oh, he
all
removes.
power.
Oh, Okay, sorry. I
Any
read
future
that
power
as.
gain after that is disconnected from healing.
Sorry, I read that as he removes one power from itself and then heals one. For some reason, I do not know why I read it that way.
So
Wow. Okay. So yeah,
no, he Immortal Hulk is scary. Immortality sounds frightening. The trick to pummeling this guy into oblivion is pressure. Keep scratching him. Getting past his 15 health the first time is going to be tricky, but if you can keep pressure on him and not let him heal, you are going to take him down because his defenses are not that strong. So the absolute
hmm.
worst thing you can do is ignore him.
Yeah.
Which,
Do not ignore him.
which to be fair though, is brings an element to list building that we haven't had with a lot of models. Is Immortal Hulk a very very big point investment, at least 2 whole models? But does he draw potentially the best aggro of any model in the game?
He's scary. He's definitely going to be. I can't ignore him, but I'm going to drop things like bleed incinerate, um, everything that he's not immune to, toss it on him. Bleed is going to just drive him a little bit nuts because, yay, at the end of the turn, I heal one. Cool, lose one.
Well, to be fair, that's only on his turn.
Yeah,
Immortality
but still,
yours at the end of every turn. You and your opponents heal one. His
that,
healing will outpace bleed, so you'll need to do more.
yeah. And
So
then incinerate is just going to remove, like, hit him with energy attacks. 2 dice.
yeah. Now if your Hulk has an immortality token, uh, what are some ways to speed this up? Patch up is still legal. So play a tactics card, heal some health off of him. Any point, if he ever has no damage on him, he removes the immortality token. So if you heal him from other game effects, you will accelerate that.
That's true. Yeah.
Uh, you might consider taking Red Hood for his targeted healing. Uh, I'd also point out Immortal Hulk is a defender. So if you really want to go tall, you have to play Doctor Strange as the defender's leader. Doctor Strange both buffs his defense by giving him 2 more dice and can heal him. Or Wong comes with and heals him.
Hmm.
So you can have a dedicated buddy to heal Hulk and start pulling off. Here's 2 damage. Also, at the end of my turn, take another one. Um,
Why
so
Midnight Suns? I understand why he's in Midnight Suns, but what benefit does he get for being in Midnight Suns?
Midnight Suns did not. I mean, you could take a Strange, but Midnight Suns did not have a giant, tall Titan monster in it. Now it
I
does.
mean, he spends a power and then he basically moves an inch or moves a size 1.
For a short movement, range 2 model with a big base, that size 1 placement could be the difference between being able to attack twice or have to move. So that's size 1, even the size 1 placement is huge. I would also argue, don't forget Siege of Darkness, where now Hulk can be part of Siege of Darkness, where he pays 1 and gets to do a smash out of activation.
Okay, that's terrifying. Yes. That
Mhm.
that is yeah.
Any affiliated Midnight Suns model, you have to keep in mind they have a Wakanda Forever / Siege of Darkness effect where they might just throw an attack out once per game out of activation. Um, Round 2 or 3, massive damage and potentially a throw to get someone off a point could be a huge point swing.
Yeah, having an out of turn activation and a possible throw out of activation is insane.
Now, well, okay, so I misspoke a little bit. I said Midnight Suns didn't have a big, heavy Titan. I was wrong. They have Ghost Rider, and Ghost Rider is very good in Midnight Suns. So I feel like if you still wanted to have
So
decent
bad.
board presence, you'd almost have to choose Ghost Rider or Immortal Hulk in Midnight Suns. But I think there's definitely benefits to both. Um, okay,
How do we kill
so
him?
we what
How do we kill Immortal Hulk?
you keep attacking him, you keep pressure on him, which in our theme of how do you give your opponent bad choices, that's what I mean by he might be potentially one of the best aggro drawers in the game because your opponent has to keep fire on him, which means the rest of your team is free to go do whatever. The rub is how many actions does that buy you? And can you still make your 7 threat go far enough? Because Hulk, 15 health, and then however much he regains from his power is a lot of health. Is that 2 models worth of health, though? A 4 threat model with 5 or 6 stamina, and then 5 or 6 stamina again on his other side. So that's potentially 12 health for a 4 threat model. A 3 threat model could also have that much. So 2 models could have 24 health to chew through. Can you make your opponent have to punch through at least that much health on Immortal Hulk? That's one way to look at can you beef gate and take your opponent's attention.
Stun basically says he can only gain 1 power uh for anything.
Well, stun, he's Immortal Hulk is immune to stun.
Right, but that's the one that's what stun does. So you can't basically neuter him on power
You also can't poison him, which would take away his
to
power
power.
during the power phase. So basically, you can't mess with his power generation.
Draining power though. if you have
uh,
characters that basically
Baron
will,
Mordo,
yeah, Baron Mordo and that kind of stuff, draining power off of them,
zap power effects.
that
That
would
would
be
be,
really good.
especially if he's about to go down for the first time. Taking away his power and reducing how much health he recovers makes your job that much easier. Um, so that kind of goes back to as good as Gamma Leap, Hulk is extremely power hungry. The moment you start getting within maybe one or two attacks will put me into immortality, you need to stop spending power
Yeah,
because you have to be able you basically, unless your opponent is really in the dregs and they're just barely scraping by, you are going to need that health. Um so it's kind of why again, Gamma Burst is my opener against really sturdy targets or if I just can't throw them any other way, but otherwise it's going to be double smashes all day long.
I now understand why you're saying that. Yeah,
Because losing all of your power when you do get the immortality, if you can gimmick a way to get Hulk and to get rid of that immortality token, if you can also quickly recover your power, it's just that much more health your opponent has to chew through again.
mm.
So it's somewhat ironic because especially if he has good backup like Doctor Strange or a bodyguard or two, um, you almost can't rely on just one attacker to wear down Immortal Hulk. Like if it's a good fourth threat attacker like Killmonger, Killmonger can probably do a good job of putting stress on Hulk. Um, he might also get KO'd by Hulk. It's the game, but I feel like you need at least a really good specialized three threat model or a dedicated four threat model to put pressure on Hulk, or you're going to have to start running multiple activations and multiple models at him to keep him down. In which case, then your opponent is ahead. It helps even out your opponent's attrition game, where if they're dedicating two models and two activations to keep your one in check, then you don't really have any disadvantage for having
Mm.
brought one fewer model. It's interesting because I think there's also going to be situations where you're just like Hulk's going to the flank. He's using Gamma Leap to leave this part of the battlefield, and you're going to have to chase him because now he's going to go contest this point over here that you only have one model at, and he'll pummel them pretty quick. And then he's just going to be getting health while you're trying to get over there and stop him. So, and to that end, I would try to use Gamma Leap often so Hulk isn't stuck.
I mean,
If
still
you're
a short move if you can short move it too.
maybe,
Um, but you
I
should
I
definitely be using Gamma Leap if you have the energy, and I do not believe you should drop beneath 5 energy at any point.
yeah, it. I think Gamma Burst is much more situational than it looks, based on just how much power you need to keep Hulk going and not falling and losing your seventh threat investment. But if you can sustain it, if you can keep Hulk on the table, even just two smashes a turn can save a child in Africa for only $2.
For
No,
just 2 power a day.
you can do a lot of work with 7 dice and size 4 throws. Like
Son
that,
of a gun.
it has no frills, it has no special conditions, but
I'm
that's
ass-
a lot of work.
I'm assuming it comes with cards.
He does. So, first, he comes with Gamma Drain. During the Immortal Hulk's activation, it may play this card. Choose an enemy character within range 2. The chosen character gains a Gamma Drain token. The Immortal Hulk places this token on an active or reactive superpower of the chosen character. When a superpower marked with the Gamma Drain token is used after the effect is resolved, the Immortal Hulk gains power equal to the power spent to use the superpower. Hey, Magneto, are you throwing terrain? Every time you activate that ability, Immortal Hulk gains that much power.
No range difference, and it doesn't go away.
It does not go away. It does. I would have to double check the rules clarifications for when a character is dazed because dazed usually says clear all status conditions, whereas this is not a
It's not a
status
status
condition.
condition.
So it's very possible this persists through days, which means it's a game long effect. Basically,
This
figure
is
out figure out what your opponent is their most valuable power is, that they're going to be using as much as possible, especially if it can be used multiple times in a turn. This does not cost Hulk anything. He just has to be within range 2
Oh, to put it on.
to put it on.
After
After
that,
that, there's no range requirement. So you could throw them away. You could walk up to them,
that is
slap them,
bullshit.
smash, huh! Or like Thanos, do you want to use your teleportation abilities? Cool, that's neat. Give me the power. Give me 2 every time you do it.
That's bullshit.
Now, it does not increase the cost. I would I would laugh a lot if you had someone like Loki around to make powers cost more, because this says Hulk gains power equal to the power spent to use it. So if you root somebody, or if you root and Loki them, Hulk gets the increased power.
Bullshit.
That means it does work with X cost abilities, such as I don't know if you would put this on Baron Mordo's brother Samuel, for example, but if he's like, I'm going to pay 7 power to put brother Daniel on Immortal Hulk, great, good for you. Give me 7 power. So I do really feel like this might be an auto include for Immortal Hulk, and you had probably better do some lab work to figure out who is the best target for this in your matchups. Because again, we've talked a little bit. His builder is good, but he gets 3 power a turn. We didn't even talk about his passive that just gives him 2 extra power. But if you get a juicy target with Gamma Drain, there's a good chance he is not going to be hurting for power for an entire game. And since he has a 2-inch leap and a size 4 terrain or character throw power on his card, if he has enough margin where he can use those regularly and have it banked for immortality, crazy good.
Yeah, that's definitely an I'll include.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Your definition of pretty good has messed up with that hat.
This hat's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one who didn't like the Gwenpool I can play any other tactic card.
I still don't think that's actually a really good card. All right, does he have any other cards?
He does. He has another one.
Shit, of course he
One
does.
below all. Which, if you're a Marvel lore head, that has alarming. Have you heard about this one?
No.
So, in Marvel chronology, in the cosmic universe, there is a cosmic entity known as the one above all. It's
Yes.
God.
Yeah.
Well, if you have one above all, you've got to have one below all.
Do we?
Oh, also, he's really big on gamma stuff.
Of course he is.
So at some point, Marvel decided, what if we said every single Hulk incarnation had links to Satan?
What does the card do?
During the Immortal Hulk's activation, it can spend 2 power to play this card. If it has an immortality token, it can remove up to 2 special conditions from itself. If it does not have the immortality token, it may place itself within range 2 of its current position. This is good. This is just really good. It does cost 2 power, but this does give Immortal Hulk a way around Stagger, which he is not immune to. Also, Stagger Immortal Hulk. We didn't mention it, but Stagger the crap out of him.
Also root him. Yeah.
Root him will slow him down a bit. Root him, stagger him, incinerate, shock him. Shocking him will make him sad.
Shocking, it would be really good actually.
Um, but being able to pay 2 to get rid of 2 special conditions, I feel like it depends on the conditions. Keeping this in your back pocket to get rid of stagger seems reasonable. The free 2-inch place, spending it's weird. You're essentially spending 2 power to gamma leap for 1 less.
Is this card good?
This card
I
is more
mean,
situational than Gamma Drain. I think it is good, and if you're going to invest 7th Threat and Hulk, maybe you invest 2 cards. Unless your opponent beats you down way quicker than you anticipated, and
it
now
cl-
you're out 2 tactic cards and 7th Threat.
it clears how many conditions?
2.
I mean,
It's 2
sure.
power for a range 2 teleport or clearing 2 status conditions.
I'd use it for the status conditions.
I'd
Um,
almost I'd actually almost expect it to be seen for the teleport. One, because it's available earlier, so people may not be willing to wait that long. Two, it does not prevent you from using Gamma Leap in the same turn. So if you had 5 power, you could play this card and Gamma Leap and move Hulk, teleport Hulk 4 across the board.
Yeah,
Basically, do you want
that's
to
kind of
reposition
annoying.
Hulk to the other side of the universe? Did your opponent just commit Malekith to one flank and now you're going to move your 7th threat to the other flank?
Do
Now
do
Malekith
you,
will probably be
do
fine,
you need
but
the 2 inches to actually use the other card? You like that card, Gamma Leap, move. You basically across the board,
yeah, do you want
shaking
to get within
shaking
range?
Magneto's hand.
Yeah, do you want to get within range 2 of Magneto so you can hit him with Gamma Drain on his telekinesis or on his magnetism, but also you don't want to be anywhere near Magneto? Maybe this is the card for you.
Hmm. So how do we feel about Immortal Hulk?
I very much want to go look up some battle reports and see how people are building with him. I feel at 7 threat, he is very powerful and he has to be. He's competing because people definitely took Malekith a
Yeah.
bunch. So high threat models not necessarily mean it's not going to get played at all, like Dormammu. I don't know if anyone plays Dormammu other than
I've
just
seen
for
a
like
few people.
fun. I have heard a lot of people now. I do know people like the sculpt a lot more, which, given the fun, kind of semi-casual, semi-competitive nature of a lot of clubs, means I think Immortal Hulk's getting tabled more just because he looks cool and people enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's I think that is honestly part of Juggernaut's appeal. Of
The
people just
rule
like
of cool.
it's Juggernaut.
I don't know.
Um,
I always have a bad feeling when characters are above 5 points. Like it just it feels bad for some reason to be like, okay, I'm investing all of these points into this one character.
I
It's
I feel like, especially in general, for anything over 5 threat, and especially for Immortal Hulk, it's high risk, high reward. I would practice with him. I don't think you can just table him and pilot him to pretty clear victory. I also don't think that it's going to be obvious in 1 or 2 plays how his best game plan works. There's a lot of decision making. When do you push, counting on immortality to back you up? When do you have to pull back because you don't think you'll have enough time to heal?
you guys
Um,
pretty much already have Hulk, so just print out the card, try him out,
yeah,
and tell us how you actually feel about him. Because I don't think I'm actually gonna get him. Um, I think he's too specific for what my playstyle is.
mm,
I'm more of like a turtle up and defensive type player, and he
yes.
is definitely not a turtle up and defensive player.
Well, again, I classify him as a damage dealer and controller. Coming from Gloomhaven, controlling and damaging your enemies, absolutely how you play defensively. You
Hmm.
have to get aggressive. You have to move them around the board so your opponent has to spend actions to try to get back into position, reduces how many attacks they can take on you. If your opponent can't reach Hulk and have 2 attacks at the same time, that's fewer opportunities for them to actually punch through your defenses, especially if you have allies nearby who can increase those defenses or give you rerolls. I
I
like
would
any
watch out for things like Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, just sheer number of attacks will wear him down like any
Yeah,
model.
just the out of activation attacks against him are going to be a little bit problematic. Um, it's like, oh, Immortal Hulk runs over and smacks so and so in the face and dazes them, and suddenly you've got Winter Soldier now shooting you full of damage. You're already sitting at 10 power. You're not getting any more power, but you are taking damage.
Mhm. Yeah, I think it's very pointed by the developers that Immortal Hulk does not have any defensive abilities. Um, like immortality is a defensive ability, but he has none of the traditional stuff that we're expecting, like damage reduction or being able to get extra dice or rerolls in certain situations. Like, I think this is very much down to the skill of the pilot. Is
Yeah.
how effective is he going to be?
Cool. Well,
We
thank.
are getting ready to do another promotional push for Nova Open 2023. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah.
We are excited to see a number of our players and friends at Nova Open 2023. We still have spots open for our team tournaments on Friday and Saturday of the convention. We have one team slot open. So if you and two of your buddies would like to try playing in a team tournament of Marvel Crisis Protocol, head on over to tabletop events and look up Nova Open. We'll include a link in the episode description. And you can go ahead and sign up. It is, if you see a purchase price for the ticket, that is for the whole team. You only have to get one ticket.
Oh, nice. Yep. And
So,
that's pretty much it. So thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye.
game off.